Hey everyone, doing a quick round two on the media player design. Before I dive in, this is what it looked like as of yesterday. That was my previous design. And just for a little bit of context, here is the prompt. And so the prompt given is basically a wireframe. So some people had some suggestions about layout and features that were missing. Those are not in scope for this project. And let's go over some of the feedback. So not the right album cover, that's true. I chose the previous one because then it gave me some freedom on aspect ratio for the top portion, but at the same time, that's not even correct. So albums are all square, and so I fixed that. We'll talk about that later. Can't tell if the heart has been liked or not. Back forward buttons have too much visual weight. And then just some question about visual hierarchy, some question about gap and padding. And then some just suggestions for backgrounds and some other tweaks to make. So I'll show you what I ended up coming up with here. What I did here is originally I went through and made some changes on my own. So you can see that I fixed the background and fixed the color on this so it was a little more prominent. But then I went through and made the changes. So I got the aspect ratio right on the top, got the actual album cover. And in doing so, it was hard to see the edges, so I actually just darkened up the background a little bit to make it easier to see the mock-up. I reduced the icon sizes on these, so these three all match. This is a unique icon size. And I made the play pause a little more prominent. I tried doing it with the teal, with like the accent color, but it looked too weird. There's too much accent color on the page. And so I just went with just the foreground color for that. And actually, I think it worked out pretty well. This feels pretty good to me. I feel like this is an improvement over what I had before. I feel like the visual hierarchy is correct. In my mind, and I would love to hear some feedback, the album art is like the most important thing. Then the song title is the next most important thing. And then probably the play pause button, I'm guessing, is after that. In terms of controls. But then obviously you need to see how far the song is going through, and so that's a good opportunity to, and I'm getting a little fuzzy here, but it seems like a good opportunity to have your accent color. And then any icon that's highlighted. So like if this were in a not enabled state, this would be like a dark gray probably. And I don't know, I feel pretty good about it. This feels ready to move on to the next one. So I'd love to hear some feedback. If you think this is ready to ship. Oh, and one more thing. People were like, this is not good for a mobile phone. It's not really about that. If I were doing like a mobile player design, then that would look different. I know it kind of looks like a mobile phone bezel, but it's more like a concept, or sometimes they're referred to as organisms in atomic design. So anyway, that's just a quick go through of my changes. So thank you so much.